An entire neighborhood faces mandatory evacuations because of a rapidly growing wildfire.
Firefighters say that the Dollar Ridge Fire is human-caused, started on Sunday afternoon, has burned close to 7,000 acres near the Strawberry Reservoir.
And that is where we find News 4 Utah's Nick McGurr with the latest information. Nick?
Kim and Don, at least 10,000 acres is the latest figure that we have. We are waiting for a news conference to start to hear more about the evacuations. We're going to break into live programming if and when that happens. It's supposed to have started by now, but I want to show you behind me, just past that truck, there's a helicopter there with the blades whirring, probably out there surveying some of this fire. We haven't seen any aircraft, but right now it looks like a public information officer is about to start talking.
Good evening. My name is Jason Curry. I work for the Department of Natural Resources Division of Forestry, Fire and State Lands, and I'm giving a report here on the Dollar Ridge Fire. So it started yesterday about 1 p.m. By the end of the day, it was more than 6,000 acres. Throughout today, the fire has grown significantly due to some extreme fire behavior. This fire behavior has been driven by wind, by steep terrain, and by heavy fuels. It's very, very serious extreme fire behavior, so much so that we're not even able to get crews on the ground near the fire. We're also not able to really have much of an aircraft impact due to these winds mainly and just the sheer fire behavior. At this point, we estimate about 30,000 acres have been burned. We have 0% containment. We don't have any reports at this point of any injuries, but we do know that all right. So we do know that we have lost structures due to this fire, both in the Strawberry River area and here on the Current Creek side. So that's the update. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take those. I will add, too, that the Duchesne County Sheriff's Office has implemented mandatory evacuations through the Current Creek area, through the Strawberry River, through Camelot and Pinion Ridge, totaling 200 to 300 homes evacuated.
How many homes have burned down?
We don't have any kind of a figure on the number of homes or structures that have been lost. That assessment is going to have to take place after the smoke is cleared and we have a little bit more time.
How many acres did you say again?
So the acreage is right now estimated to be 30,000 acres.
What direction is the fire going?
Fire right now primarily burning to the east and to the north.
Has it passed Camelot?
Technically it has, but it's further to the south of Camelot in the Long Ridge area.
Has it jumped across Red Creek?
No, it has not jumped across Red Creek. It's not quite that far north to be able to get to Red Creek.
Is that going to be one of your points of attack right there at Red Creek?
Yeah, we've had people in there and in the Pinnacles area prepping the road, prepping homes. That's what our firefighters have mainly done all day today. Where they can't engage the fire directly, we've done what we've called point protection. They've gone in, tried to dig line around the homes, tried to cut vegetation and make them defendable and survivable when the wildfire comes through.
Has anybody refused to leave, and what is your message to those who might have done that?
Yeah, there have been people who have failed to heed the evacuation warning. Our message to them is take it very seriously. This fire has been doing what we call long-range spotting. So that's not the flaming front coming to you. That is burning embers coming to you, landing in your dry fuels, and then starting a fire right near where you might be. So take it seriously. Be ready for those evacuations and take preparation. And when the call comes, go.
What can you tell us lost in Camelot?
I don't have any losses in Camelot, no.
What can you tell us about the structures that were lost? Are they homes, outbuildings, seasonal cabins?
We're unsure of what kind of structures were lost. We just know that some structures have been lost. We know there are cabins, there are year-round homes, there are outbuildings and so forth. That assessment will have to take place later.
We know that during the day the winds whip up, but right now it's hot, dry, and windy. Any sense that this is going to get better? I mean, what's the prognosis going forward?
So the weather is going to improve slightly tomorrow. We're hoping for a break in these winds. These winds are our greatest foe right now. The fuels and the steep terrain are bad enough. When you add these red flag winds, it just makes it completely explosive and unmanageable.
Any further idea of what may have sparked the fire?
It's been so hot that we haven't even been able to get investigators into the origin area. So right now, while we do know it's human caused, a specific cause hasn't been identified.
200 to 300 homes affected. How many of those had residents there? How many of those are second homes? Can you give us a sense of just the number of evacuations?
Yeah, right now we wouldn't be able to have any estimate on that.
What's the plan for the rest of the night?
Plan for the rest of the night is more of the same. Continue to carry out the evacuations in the Pinion Ridge area. That's where sheriff's deputies are working right now, along with their search and rescue, to carry out those evacuations, get people out of those homes, and keep the public safe. For the remainder of the night, we want to just make sure we keep our firefighters safe and be able to engage where we can, which is pretty limited at this point. We're continuing to prep homes in the Pinnacles area and in Pinion Ridge as possible and where they are defendable.
Hearing from Jason Curry there, the public information officer with this Dollar Ridge fire. We know structures have burned, and we know that this is now more than 30,000 acres. We're going to send it back to you with more updates to come on News 4 Utah at 10 o'clock.